Hey everybody, you remember me? I wouldn't blame you if you didn't. It has been so long since I made a video. I don't even remember how long. Over a year, give or take. It's been crazy. No real reason why. Truth is, I just sort of got tired of doing it. Kind of just sort of quit. Felt like just traveling without making videos. Started to feel sort of obligated to make videos every time I went out somewhere. And, you know, as soon as a hobby becomes an obligation, it's no longer fun. So I quit and just started traveling, enjoying myself, and didn't record anything. Took some pictures, posted those up on Facebook. So if you followed me on Facebook, you got to keep up with what I was doing. But like I said, no videos. I thought the new RV would sort of inspire me to make new videos, but it really didn't. I mean, I love the new RV. I love traveling in it. It's been fantastic, but it did not inspire me to make more videos. Additionally, the GoPros started to cause problems. The batteries weren't holding the charge anymore. I bought new batteries, and those weren't really any good either. And so I was constantly having to keep 3 or 4 batteries on hand and keep them charged all the time, which was a pain. And then I'd record a video. You know, I'd record for 10, 15 minutes straight, and then later go plug the card into the computer and find that the file was gone, or that the audio was corrupted, or something like that, and I was missing important stuff. And then how do you make a video when you miss half of what you did? So that was frustrating, and that sort of drove me away from it as well. Anyway, that's all in the past now, because I'm making some changes. I've decided to try to start making videos again, but I'm going to simplify, make things easier on myself. First and foremost, I have gotten rid of the GoPros. No more GoPros. I'm recording everything on my iPhone now. I've got it attached to a selfie stick, and I got this little wireless lapel mic right here that goes to a little thing that plugs into the phone. Works pretty well from what I've seen so far. That was another problem with the GoPro. I had to use this mic that plugged into the USB port, and half the time it would seem plugged in, but it wasn't quite plugged in, and then there'd be this weird clicking noise in the background of the video. And the other benefit of the iPhone is that I can immediately go back and review the video, and if there's anything wrong, I can record it again. Can't really do that with the GoPro, not effectively anyway. So anyway, that's the situation. That's why I have been gone for so long. However, we are now back, hopefully for a while. Today is Thursday. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening, and I am going to get the Safari washed up. I almost called it the Queen. It is not the Queen. It is the Safari. Going to get the Safari washed up, and we're taking her down to the Kalamazoo area, a little north of Kalamazoo, to the Gilmore Museum, which is one of the biggest car museums in the world. Now, you guys have seen enough car museums on this channel. I'm not going to make you sit through another one. The reason we're going down there is because the Tin Can Tourists are there. You may recall them from my Bad Axe video where we paddled out to Turnip Rock. The Tin Can Tourists were there. We got to look at some cool vintage RVs. Well, they're in Kalamazoo now, and we're going to go down there, and hopefully there will be some new ones, some ones we haven't seen before. We'll be able to get a look at them. They're also doing vintage boats at the same time, so it's an RV and boat show, and it should be very cool. Our friends Mike and Gail, who have the '79 Tioga, which you saw in a previous video as well, they will be there with their RV and their vintage boat showing both. So that will be fun. And this hat is looking really goofy. I need to get a new one. Look how weird it's all... It's been used and abused a lot, but it's time to let it go and get a new one. Anyway, so that's where we are. That's what's happening. We are back. And let's get the Safari ready, because we're leaving first thing in the morning. All right? Let's do it.
Trouble, just for some fun, but we're all ready if you want to start. So just remember the kids are back. The kids are back. Oh, watch out, the kids are back. Well, can you blame us for living our dreams? Just Just look around and you'll see why. We don't want to follow that same routine. Maybe it's for nothing, but we gotta try. So just remember the kids are back. The kids are back. Oh, watch out. The kids are back. The kids are back. The kids are back. The kids are back.
Alrighty, folks, so here we are. We are at the Gilmore Museum down here in, crap, I can't remember the name of the town. Some rural place north of Kalamazoo. They got us parked behind the Cadillac building. We have our little compound set up like we always do. We do have electricity. It's only 20 amp plugs, not 30, so we have to be careful how much we put on it. We don't want to run our air conditioners and stuff because it'll blow the circuits. But today is a good day because they are having a vintage RV and boat show here. And the weather forecast didn't look good at first, but then it improved. So we may have a nice day here. So coming around the building here, we already are seeing some boats and stuff. So let's go check them out. Bill's got his sails up. All right, so here's what we're looking at out here. Oh, stepped off a curb. That was great. You can see the sails in the distance. That's our friend Michael's boat. Let's see what we find. Got Stinky right here. Oh, he sees another dog. Oh, quiet, Sumo. Nobody takes you seriously. The Gilmore Museum is a huge complex with multiple buildings. Like here's the Lincoln building. That's the Ford building. We're over here behind the Cadillac building. They got more buildings over here. It's just a massive complex with some really cool stuff to see if you're ever in the area. It actually started with one guy who was retired and his wife told him he needed a hobby. So he started restoring a car and now he's got a gigantic museum. So how's that for a hobby? There's one of the vintage RVs coming in right there. One of the tin can tourists. They're adorable. Here's a really cool one. Look at this. The Baby Gar. Wow. That is huge. Wow, that is nice. It would be really, really bad for me to drop the camera and stuff onto this boat. This is a very expensive boat. Cool. All right, so we're gonna walk over here and take a quick look at Mike's boat.
North and west and south. Not about the
1938. Now, Mike found this thing in pretty bad shape and restored it. Mike's a master woodworker, and he did a great job with it. It looks beautiful. It's got this little drop-down keel that's kind of cool. Just drops down underneath the boat, give it some more stabilization. This one over here is really cool. They got a Model T pulling this thing. That is so cool. Little Ford runabout. It's got a 1-cylinder, 2-cycle, 1.5 horsepower engine. Not exactly a speedboat. But yeah, there it is. There's the engine. That is great. Look at that thing. It's so simple. A little steering wheel. Oh, so cool. I love the trailer too. The trailer is vintage as well. Or at least it looks vintage. They got so many boats here. I'm not going to be able to show them all to you. They got a whole bunch more over there. Over there. And, oh, geez, I walked right past this one without even noticing it. Whoa! Oh, this is a lot like that one over there. It's got the triple cab with the V12. Let's see if we can get a look at it. Yep, there it is. V12. That's got some power. Unbelievable. 1939. Yeah, they got a little money into this, I think. Jeez. Probably gets about 3 feet to the gallon. Wow. All right. I think we've seen enough of the boats. Let's go check out the vintage RVs, shall we? So over here across this field, they got the Tin Can Tourists all set up. And you got some more over here. I'm going to see if I can find some really unique ones, because some of them are just pretty standard, nothing too special about them other than their age. And you guys have seen the Tin Can Tourists before. We saw them at in Bad Axe when we went up there for the weekend and paddled out to Turnip Rock and so forth. So I don't want to bore you with stuff you've seen before, but I'm already seeing a couple of these that are very unique looking that I haven't seen before. So let's take a look real quick at a few of these. This here, of course, is one of those classic GMC motorhomes from the 70s. These have always been sort of legendary. I've always liked them. Personally, I like them for what they are. I wouldn't personally own one because they're just too old for me. I like something a little newer. But you just gotta love the uniqueness, how these are designed and how well they were made. They were made incredibly well, especially by RV standards. They were just built so well. Front wheel drive, air suspension. You know, you got this huge panel on the back that unscrews and comes off so you can get large items in and out. So if you need to replace furniture or the refrigerator or whatever, that's already taken care of. In their day, they were absolutely top of the line. It's a shame that they only had a short run. They were not very profitable because they were so well built. They had to be also incredibly expensive to match. And unfortunately, there just wasn't that much market for incredibly expensive RVs at the time. And, you know, GMC does not specialize in RVs. It was just sort of a fringe thing that they did. And didn't really work out for them. But they're incredibly popular today. There are companies out there, you take one of these to them and they will restore it for you. And this one looks like it's been restored very well. There are a lot of Airstream trailers here, but this one is special because this is an Airstream motorhome. They only made motorhomes for a very short time. They tried to get into that market and decided, I don't know, for some reason not to continue on. And so this one's an 88, and these are very rare. You don't see very many of these. The only time I've really ever seen another one was down at NASA. Airstream built a set of RVs just for NASA to transport the astronauts to the pad. But this is very nice. Look at the size of it too. It's a big one. Very cool. And one of the problems with this camera is that it sort of zooms in too much. Like, I'm as far away from this thing as I can get, and I still can't get it into the shot. I like the front end on this. I don't think this has been restored. This looks original to me. The paint and everything is definitely original. You can see it's got signs of aging. And so this is a Survivor, which is cool. I like Survivors and original things that are still the way they looked back in the day. Yeah, this is a cool one. Very rare. So as you all know, our friends Mike and Gail have a vintage Tioga. And there it is right there. I gave you a quick look at that up in Traverse City, I believe it was, a couple years ago. And so they've got theirs on display right here. It's so adorable. Always has been. If you want to, well, we'll take a quick peek on the inside. Yeah, see, it's got everything you need. Fridge, couch, galley. It's got a wet bath over here. And it's got a bed up above the driver. It's amazing how much they've crammed into this little thing. But this one next to them, look at this thing. This is so cool. Oh, there's Gail. Hey, Gail.
Hi, how are you?
All right, we're just off looking at the RVs. And
Just you?
for now, I lost my dad and Sarah somewhere. They're
Can I give you something to carry back with you?
sure.
Okay.
This one is so cool. It's all wood, clearly custom built. Wow. Okay, they got it open, so I think we can take a look inside. Try not to fall on my butt here. Hello. Is this open for viewing? Okay. Oh, you got a killer. Wow, this is so cool. Is this all custom built?
Homemade.
Wow, you got a refrigerator and everything.
Oh, yeah. Bathroom?
And that's a regular flush toilet, so you got holding tanks?
Oh, yes, we have tanks.
Cool.
It's not a tiny home. This is a rolling home.
I love it.
It's got tanks. It's got a bumper. It's got turn signals.
No kidding.
The wiring is pre-1930. See that now?
Oh yeah, all knob and tube. Okay. That is so cool. I love the woodwork.
Thanks. This sink right here is out of the train, the North Shore Electric line that ran between Chicago and Milwaukee.
No kidding. North Shore Electric Line. Wow, very cool.
The fuse panel in the bathroom up on the wall on the left
Uh-huh.
was dated 1905.
1905. Wow. So you actually got vintage stuff in here that still works.
Oh, yeah, everything works.
Very cool. I love it.
That's the whole sport of the game.
Well, it's fantastic.
Thank you.
Well done. Excuse me, folks. It's so cool. All right, check out this one. This one folds down into a tiny trailer and then opens up for living. That's what starts there and then just opens right up. It's got this canvas top with screen sides. Okay, so you got 2 beds or 3 beds. Very simplistic, but it's better than a tent, I guess. You're up off the ground. That's great. And this guy, like to the right here, this is cool. This old camper van. Predates the Queen, that's for sure. At least yeah, it's got to. So you got a bed. Okay, so pretty much just a van with a bed in the back. Nothing too much. Oh, it's a right-hand drive. Cool. Must have been imported from Japan. Because it's a Toyota. That's great. I love it. You got a pretty cool old motorhome right here. Yep, Class A. Let's see, what year is it? 78. 78 Avco. Very cool. Let's take a look here. Oh, they got it open. Oh, they got the door open. I don't know if it's free to go in or not. But we can take a peek in anyway. Yeah. Couch. Galley back there. Yeah. Cool. Very nice. It's in good shape. Very good shape for its age. Not many of these survived. It's amazing that any of them did, quite frankly. As we all know, RVs are not particularly known for quality. And to have them survive from the turn of the century on up is just astonishing. Oh, look at this old fifth wheel. That's great. See, I'm not much of a trailer guy. As you know, I'm more of a motorhome guy. But they're still cool for kind of seeing how things developed from the start. So those are the most unique ones. I mean, there are a lot of them here, and I just wanted to show you a few of the really cool ones. We'll take a look over here to see if there's anything else worth looking at. Actually, there's looks like a Jeep Wagoneer or something like that that's been converted. Let's go check that out. Okay, let's see what this is. Wow, this is cool. Okay, so they've got it converted. What is it, first of all? Let's see, what is it? It sure looks like a Wagoneer to me. Oh, Dodge. Okay, it's a Dodge. So a Dodge Power Wagon, I guess. Let's see. All right, well, it started at the front, I suppose. All right, a Dodge 100, whatever that means. Let's see. Yeah, Dodge D100, 1964. Okay, so look, first of all, look how the front seat pops forward. So you can climb into the back. Look at that shifter. Look at the size of that shifter. Look how tall it is. And, okay, moving to the back, they've got screens with roll-up little side curtains for weather, I suppose. And then over here, what's this? Is this a shower? It is. It's a little shower. You got a bag you fill with water and you shower right here. Canvas privacy thing. Let's see. Okay, so they got a bench seat with a table that clearly folds down to a bed. They got a little 12-volt igloo cooler here. And they've got a little sink here. Look at this little basin. It just sort of hangs on the side. And I suppose there's some kind of a pump or something. Hang on, let me see if I can. It just goes right here and sort of disappears into the side. I don't know where the fresh water is, but it's got to be somewhere. Wow, that is so cool. Look, they got the awning that extends out, tailgate that folds in half and then drops down. That is so cool. I've never seen one of these ever. That is incredibly unique. I have never seen one of these. I love it. That's great. Okay, that's so cool. Alrighty, so yeah, those are some very cool vintage RVs. I really like them. I'm gonna wander back to my RV now, have some breakfast, because I'm hungry. And then after that, I'm not sure what we're gonna do. Because we're here, it's Saturday, we got here yesterday, now it's Saturday, and we're here until tomorrow. So maybe we'll take a peek at the museum, maybe not. Well, I know we will. I just don't know if I'll bring you along because you've seen museums already. So I'll be back with you in a little bit. Well, everybody, that's going to be all for today. I know it wasn't much, but just wanted to get my feet wet videoing again. So it's time for me to, well, for Sumo and I, he's in his little passenger seat up there. Time for the two of us to hit the road again. Got to make money somehow. Trying to think, our next trip is in a couple of weeks, I believe. Not even sure where we're going, but we'll go somewhere. Until then, go to facebook.com/RamblinMichigander and follow along, and we will see you next time.